Meow. I think I'm going crazy without F1 now. Like, look at this. Look how much day we have left, and it still feels like it's eternal. An eternal winter that never goes away. It feels like a long winter of Ferrari not winning any title. There's gotta be a way. There's gotta be something I can do to pass the time. Virtua Racing is released on August 20th, 1992 at the arcade, developed and published by Sega. It was the first arcade game to utilize 3D polygon. Virtua Racing, the arcade title, later on was ported to numerous Sega consoles, PlayStation 2, and eventually the perfect port on the Nintendo Switch. We will be focusing on the PlayStation 2 version, titled Virtua Racing Flatout for Japan. Not the international version, simply called Virtua Racing. Lame. Okay, here's the thing. I haven't played any Virtua Racing until now. So what I will be saying is based on my thoughts after playing it, instead of comparing it to other versions. After all, I'm just desperate for something F1. Barring GP couldn't come soon enough. Virtua Racing acts like a typical arcade racer. Pick a track, overtake a rival, cross each checkpoint, don't crash, and finish the race. You know the drill. It's that simple, and the simplicity increases the longevity. There's nothing else standing in your way, just your skill and the track, so get good at it. The control is perfect. You are allowed to use either D-pad or the analog stick to steer the car, and to be honest, while using analog stick is the ideal way, there's nothing wrong with using D-pad as well. The car controls as good as you can imagine. You might be struggling with the button input as you wouldn't able to correctly adjust the amount of pressure exerted onto the car itself, like what you are doing with the analog. But I'll be honest, the longer you play, the lesser hiccup you will be experiencing, to the point it becomes a non-existent issue. This is not Gran Turismo, so feel free to use whichever control you wanted. The game never punishes you. You got your usual X to accelerate, square to brake, and L1 R1 to change gear. What's unique though is these 4 buttons right here. If you ever play or see the arcade machine, you will notice the colorful VR buttons which changes the camera view. Here, they try to emulate it. As much as I enjoy this feature, I wish I could change the button layout. Sadly, it's not available. So if your X button stops working, you might as well never play this game ever again. Just my nitpick. It never ruined anything. As I mentioned, the controls are perfect. It's important to know when to go and stop. Each tracks will provide different challenge and test you on how much you are able to master the control. The total amount of steering required to maneuver through each corners, the amount of gas/brake applied will be decided by you. If you can nail it, then congrats. You can watch as your car perform beautiful drifting around each turn, and it can be really satisfying. Okay, not as satisfying as Daytona, but you get my point. Your big enemy is obviously the racer, where touching them will make you spin around comically. Doesn't matter if you hit him or he hit you, any form of contact will make you and him spin out. It can be frustrating getting touched by someone and watch as the leader runs away. The biggest enemy though is the environment. The grass will slow you down to a halt, and the wall will make you flip. At least you don't explode this time around, so there's that, but you gotta avoid them at all costs if you want to win or even finish the race. Once you do that, it is a cakewalk. That's all to it for the gameplay. As for the graphic itself, aside from the consistent frame rate, the visual is pretty immersive. While the untextured polygon can be laughably bad compared to other modern games, but I quite enjoy it. Say what you want, but the 3D polygonal graphics is quite relaxing. The environment was able to provide the sense of imagination in the game. In a day and age where everything strived to be as real as they could, making the game somewhat soulless. Back to Virtua Racing, however, the game is filled with personalities. When you play this, your mind can take a back seat and enjoy the fictional generated world where everything is peaceful and wonderful, letting you escape the stressful realistic world, letting you feel somewhat worthy in this polygonal land. It's even better where the track themselves take place within the recurring theme. Mountain, green grass, and white blue ocean were also able to let you drive through the nature and help you to be better mentally. This type of world does not exist anymore, but in VR, it will always be here. It's a dream that I wouldn't want to wake up from. As for the audio, I thought they were well made. From the sound of tires skidding, body parts clanking into each other, and roaring engine of the car, all of which are well designed to make you feel like you are driving an F1 car. The soundtrack also makes the peanut butter tasty on the toast. The majestic voice that is Takenobu Mitsuyoshi composed the music for the game. Despite short-lived as they only play the tune when you cross each checkpoint, but the music is still memorable for me at least. It feels very satisfying listening to that. Virtua Racing Flatout contains multiple modes, but realistically, you only care for 2 of them. Starting with Beginner, a wide open track that allows for mistake. You then drive past the bridge, make some turns before passing by the Ferris wheel to finish a lap. Medium, the track where it becomes a little narrower that leaves no room for error. You zigzag around the shorelines, make a turn under the bridge before getting back up to finish a lap. Expert is just like medium, with twisty tight corners that can catch you off guard. You arrive at this section where you need to make a hairpin turn before traversing through the mountain section to finish a lap. In addition, there's also Grand Prix mode, which introduces 3 extra courses exclusive to the game. Island is pretty straightforward for the most part, except for this chicane. Mountain, where you obviously race across the mountain. The roads are much tighter and you gotta control your throttle carefully because this section right here will make you really stuck. This course in general, it just isn't well designed due to this narrow area that leads on to between the mountain that is also rather narrow. And finally, Beltway, which takes place in a city. There's this wider section on the start, then you climb the road, make some drastic turn. It's tough, but at least it's fun to drive on, unlike a mountain. The entirety of Grand Prix mode is basically as simple as it sounds. It lets you drive all 6 courses in order of their difficulty. You know the good old rules. Finish first, get most points, and win. As you can see here, there's 2. Total points is the amount of points collected for the round, and possession points are the amount of points you collected throughout your Grand Prix career. Here's a list of rewards that you can unlock after reaching enough points, but they are pretty lackluster to be honest. All you get was different types of vehicles that handle mostly the same. No new race was added, nothing special happened, just cars. That's why most of the time I stick with the F1 car in red, because 1. I am an F1 fan, and 2. I am a Ferrari fan. And if they can't win the title, then I will do it myself. Look at this, I win all races, I am champion of the world. I should be included in the Ferrari Driving Academy. Oh my. Okay, I don't know what happened. That feels like a terrible dream. Okay, at least I feel better now. I feel like I can wait for F1 season to start. I don't know what just happened a few moments ago, but now I'm just ready for F1. Okay, now while you excuse me while I prepare to be a Ferrari fan again.